welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about one of the things that I love to talk about, and that's anime. And one of my favorite animes, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It is one of my favorites this anime season. I really look forward to each episode. And it's one of those animes I like to call, please don't end, I want more. It's just, you're literally looking at your watch, like, on the clock and like, no, please don't end yet. I want some more. And it's just that good. I really enjoy this anime. There's about 2 or 3 other animes I like, Goblin Slayer and a couple others, but this was really my favorite. It's just every episode this anime satisfies my anime cravings for the week. And it makes me want more. So needless to say, I really enjoy this one. This episode, number 10, it was really well done. I loved actually, you get to see him, he actually get to eat his meal. It's kind of funny the way he's like, although that doesn't really look pleasant. It looks like something entirely different. Now that I'm really thinking about it. I am sorry. It just occurred to me what that looks like. That is wrong on so many levels. He's eating food, but anyway, moving on. For whatever reason, that just struck me funny. I'm sorry. I'm being childish, I know. But that is hilarious. And we actually get to see Rimuru actually gets to enjoy some food. And, he's getting along with his crew. And I like the fact that you get to see him in his human form more, and by the way, a lot of people got offended not offended, but they got aggravated. I guess technically the best way to summarize, but as you can tell, he could literally he's a shapeshifter. He can be anything. To say he's really genderless doesn't really fit. He is just, he's a shapeshifter. I mean, he's a slime that's a shapeshifter that he can be whatever he wants really at this point. So really, he's anything. He's a shapeshifter. Let's put it that way. So really, he could be male or female. But his original OG form, he was a male. So anyway, moving on. No more talk about that because I got a lot of flack in the last episode. But I love the part where they're really cooking the food. That was hilarious. And we get to see the guy that from a few episodes back. The orcs from the orc village, they were evidently being led by this masked majin. He's I don't know what's going on, where this is going, but evidently there's like this huge buttload of them, and they're more or less sitting around talking about this and what exactly happened to the ogres, how they were attacked and everything, and it was pretty brutal. But it turns out that there was like this clown-looking masked dude, there, kind of more or less leading the show. And I believe that they even come up with a name. It turns out that the name they've already mentioned before. By the way, it's a nice thing also to see the ogres and and everybody getting along. They've kind of have become integrated in the group. And more or less, Rimuru more or less says, hey, there's only a few of y'all, why don't you just, join us? Well, after a little while, they get to thinking about it and you know what? Hey, that's a great idea. And so I told and he talks it over with his people and they have no problem and they're evidently very happy. But one thing the funniest moment I thought about this episode is when he decides he's going to name them, but it was kind of weird. He hops up, he's going to name them, and before he can even name them, I guess in your head, if you, I went back and looked at it. He doesn't even really mention his name. He just thinks it, I guess, in his head by thinking it and him accepting. He was already accepted the fact that he was going to be named. I guess he transferred that power because the minute he did it, he was drained. He was out. The room is spinning, and boom, he's down. And I even like the fact that they even warned him, are you sure you want to name us? That's pretty draining. And he's like, yeah, it's only 6 of you, whatever, no biggie. But that part was really funny. And and they really are really honorable people because like first thing he gets up, he sees them, and I love the fact that they're like in their they even though they're ogres, they're more human. They're prettier. Let's put it that way. Every one of them, they look really, especially the girls, they look a lot better. Let's face it. You know, it's even Rimuru is like, you know, kind of, you know, he's kind of quite smitten by them, and I love the fact on the way they do the little breast thing, the breast tuck when he's in a slime form. That's if I was a slime, that would be the spot I would want to be in. It's like, but the look on his face sometimes is just hilarious. I know that's perverted, but I always thought that was pretty funny. And I like their new forms. They look a lot cooler this time around, and like I said, a lot prettier. You know, not that they weren't pretty before, but you know everything from their horns to their eyes to you know the little, you know some of the blood drop things around their eyes has all disappeared, and they look prettier. That was no other way to put it. I mean, they just look you know Shion and most of them they just look a lot better. And except for the old man, he was kind of he's like well whatever. I think what do they call him? I don't forget his name. Haruko, I think. Yeah, he just he looks about the same, just slightly less older, I guess. But you know that part of the anime was really good this week, and I love the fact when they actually show the ogres, just how overwhelmingly big that they've got. Not the ogres, the orcs. They look like somebody you do not want to mess with. In fact, they show like these lizard people, and just witnessing them coming toward, you know, getting close to their area, and it's like whoa, it's like a Lord of the Rings type, you know, like army coming at you. It's like epic. And speaking of which, the lizardmen. That's what I was trying to think of. The lizardmen. They kind of remind me of this old show that they used to have. It's a few years, many years ago now. It was like a mini series. V. They remind me of the things from V. You know, without their when they're human. They were supposedly aliens. You know, disguised these lizard-looking aliens, disguised like in a human-like form. They kind of have that look to them. For some reason, they remind me of that. A cross between that and the thing that Captain Kirk fought in like the old Star Trek, you know, they have that like kind of look to them, almost like a dinosaur merged with a human in a like a transport accident type look. But then we got like hair and everything. It's kind of funky looking, like a Final Fantasy look. But anyway, they were pretty cool, and they evidently at some point they're gonna team up with Rimuru, and because they're gonna have to, because evidently these orcs are out for it. You know, they mean business. Evidently, when they're comparing notes, I like that they finally come up with the guy's name. It's a I don't forgot what the name is. Gilmud. Gilmud is the dude, and he's had some run in with the wolves and wolf pack and everything, and he's been around and he's been naming people and kind of causing a lot of problems, you know, and so I'm looking forward to next week where we'll get to see some more about what's going to happen. By the way, the other thing I like is that the lizard man's son, you know, you can kind of tell he's going to be like a little bit of trouble. He seems like a cool dude, but he seems like he's really easily talked into things. You know, if you butter him up the right way, he'll just like go and do whatever. He'll go along with whatever you say as long as you butter him up enough. You know, it's just he's got that like college jock, like if you throw enough platitudes his way, he's like, you're in, you know. he's like a politician, like, you know, hey, of course I'm great. I'm me. I don't know. He just seems like he's gonna be trouble down the road somehow. But I really, and that's all for this episode and a review of the that time I got reincarnated. That time I got reincarnated as a slime anime episode number 10, the Orc Lord. And I'm looking forward to episode 11. So anyway, please remember to subscribe if you already haven't, and like this episode. That lets me know that you like them. I've been cutting back on some of the animes I've been doing because this one and a few others are popular, but I had been reviewing some other episodes, and they were not getting any views or no likes or not enough subscribers. So I dropped those for now. So as long as it's getting likes and I'm seeing viewership, week by week, I will keep doing these. Anyway, that's all for now. Keep watching anime and reading comics, and I'll catch you next time.